What's worse than Democrats breaking the law to hurt you? How about a preemptive pardon buffet served up by Biden's handlers? This story has it all: power grabs, shady deals, and a truckload of hypocrisy. Today, we're going to uncover who's getting pardoned and why it reeks of guilt. Let's get into it. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Please subscribe, hit the notification bell, and smack that like button because you know why. Also, we're doing a live stream tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern. My special guest will be Mark Davis, an elections expert from Georgia, who has a lot to talk about on the shenanigans going on in Fulton County with Fani Willis, Brad Raffensperger, and all the other evil people in the South. Mark is always a great guest who gives us tons of information that's like a legal inside baseball experience. Join us. You'll have a good time. All right. According to Politico, Biden's handlers are reportedly preparing preemptive pardons for some very familiar faces: Liz Cheney, Adam Schiff, and Anthony Fauci, among others. Now, if you're wondering why innocent people need pardons, stick around because this one is an awakening. So think about it. The Democrats have spent years preaching, no one is above the law. They always say no one's above the law, even though they have treated Donald Trump and his supporters as being below the law. Yet, here they are, setting the stage for what could be the greatest legal escape act in modern history. But why? Why now? What are they so afraid of? Well, here's where things get a little wild. These pardons are being considered because the incoming Trump administration might hold some folks accountable. You see, accountability within the law is now a threat. That's how it works. Senator Ed Markey openly said, if it's clear by January 19, the day before inauguration, revenge is Trump's intention, I would recommend to President Biden that he provide those preemptive pardons. What the leftist Democrat clowns call revenge is actually legal justice when you think about it for even half a minute. Let me say this. The pardon power is absolute and can be used for anything, but I believe that our founding fathers never dreamed that a scumbag, degenerate loser like Joe Biden would sink so low as to use it to save himself, his family, and friends from crimes they actually committed. The pardon is really supposed to be a remedy for someone who was wronged by the government, the state, if you will. Someone goes to prison with flimsy evidence where the prosecutors had it out for the guy and you thought he was probably innocent anyway. He got a bad raw deal. Or the federal government is going after a former president with bogus made up lawfare charges just because they don't want him back in the White House and they want to put him away for 20 years. Think about all that, right? What the Biden team are doing is they are using the power of the pardon to get a get out of jail free card for every political hitman operative who did the dirty work of Joe Biden and his band of criminal executives in the Department of Justice. Let's break down the roster. First up is Liz Cheney, who reportedly suppressed exculpatory evidence that Trump had authorized National Guard troops on January 6th. She made a big spectacle out of it, saying in a speech that Trump sat around and did nothing. It was a total bald-faced lie. Not only that, she's accused of suborning perjury. She coached a witness. If Cheney was playing Monopoly, she'd have skipped boardwalk and gone straight to jail. I hope she goes straight to hell. This is what Politico published. Those who could face exposure include such members of Congress's January 6th committee as Senator-elect Adam Schiff and former GOP Representative Liz Cheney of Wyoming. Trump has previously said Cheney should go to jail along with the rest of the unselect committee. Also mentioned by Biden's aides for a pardon is Anthony Fauci, the former head of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases, who became a lightning rod for criticism from the right during the COVID pandemic. All right, let's go over it. Adam Schiff for brains is the guy who spearheaded the Russia collusion hoax, and he was neck deep in Trump's first impeachment circus. He lied his ass off every day to the American people about having evidence out in the open of collusion. There was none. He lied. Schiff's already expressed unease about receiving a pardon, saying it would seem defensive and unnecessary. Yeah, right, Adam. Right. Defensive, unnecessary. That's completely telling is what it is. Now, the libnuts will say that going after Adam Schiff for what he did in the Russia hoax and the first sham impeachment is just retribution and not justice. When you think about it, Adam Schiff lied multiple times during that impeachment. He made a mockery of the impeachment process. He lied to the American people about the whistleblower as well, Eric Chermella, saying that he was not allowed to be named because that was against the law. No, it wasn't. The only person, according to the law, who could not name him was the Inspector General, who he filed a complaint with. Anybody else could say it. But Adam Schiff had to protect the anonymity of the guy so that the press wouldn't go to him and find out that everything Schiff said was horseshit. Now, if nothing else, Adam Schiff should be forced to pay back the millions upon millions of dollars, cost the American taxpayers, when he spent on a mountain of lies just to stop the man who was going to make America great again and make it look very easy. At the same time, making the establishment types who have been around for decades and made promises to do those very things but never came through look like the utter incompetent fools that they were. And how could we forget Anthony Fauci, the king of flip-flops? Fauci lied about masks, virus spread, the devastating lockdowns. He even admitted that they completely made up the 6 feet distancing thing. And don't even get me started on his gain-of-function research with China and the horrific animal experiments under his watch. He's practically a walking argument for oversight. Within days of Trump being inaugurated in 2017, Fauci gave a speech where he did not predict, but informed us that the incoming administration was going to have to deal with a pandemic at some time in the very near future during their term. I'm sorry, but Anthony Fauci is not God, and no one in the medical establishment or in science are God, and they can't predict when a pandemic is going to hit with pinpoint accuracy the way these clowns were saying. Is calling for pardons for those who actually broke the law justice, or is it just a desperate move to protect the powerful on the left? Let's not ignore the hypocrisy, guys. The same Democrats who claim Trump is destroying democracy are rewriting the rule book to save their own skins. Who's really destroying democracy here? There are people who tried to get Trump pulled off of ballots in states without ever consulting the people. And the last time I checked, one of the fundamental rights of living in a constitutional republic or even a democracy is that you get to vote for who you want to represent you. That concept has become alien to Democrats. At the end of the day, this isn't just about Cheney, Schiff, Fauci, Merrick Garland, Chris Wray, Alvin Bragg, Juan Merchan, Benny Thompson, Pelosi, Schumer, or any of the other demons who took things way too far. It's about the integrity of our justice system. Will we finally see justice, or will the guilty once again go scot-free? This story is far from over. All right, thank you for watching. Subscribe, hit that notification bell if you want to be kept up to date with stories that matter like this one. I'll see you in the next one. Spread the word.
Too many secrets, too many closed doors. We're sick to cover-ups. We're sick of the cover-ups. Want the truth and nothing more. The veil spender is dead, the jig is up. No more drinking the Kool-Aid.